So as computer science educators, one of the things that we can take into account are two frameworks for learning. So one is constructionism, which is the idea that you can create and learn through the creation of a product, but constructivism, which is the idea that you learn through social interactions. So if you combine those two approaches and encourage kids to create something in some kind of a programming language, but also share their understandings and learn from their peers in some kind of a collaborative and communicative process, this can make it so that kids are learning not only through the creation of an expression, but through the discussions around that creative process. So in other words, encourage peer-to-peer learning, encourage sharing of understanding, encourage kids to share their project with somebody else, get some feedback, revise what they're doing, and keep iterating on their abilities and their understandings in computer science education. Now, I will say this is very different than many other classes and approaches. So when administrators would come into my room, they would frequently comment on the noise that was in the room because, one, there was music playing through the speakers because I always had EDM going. But two, there was also just so much dialogue with kids getting up and walking around and talking to each other and sharing. And it was mostly on-task dialogue. Like the administrators were like, wow, they're really engaged in coding and they're really engaged in talking about this in this class. And then this was different when they walk into that same class in a math setting where everyone was sitting and silently working on a worksheet or something. There was no dialogue, there was no peer-to-peer sharing and learning. So it's something that can be valued and can be used in a computer science context.
This excerpt of the CSK8 podcast is from episode number 60, which is titled Confronting the Challenges of Participatory Culture.